Hi guys. So this is our message for today, May 16, and I feel it's talking about closure. Kahapon, meron akong client who updated me sa nakaraang ko ng March. And she was so happy to update me na nangyari na yung reading. They talked and they had their forgiveness. Pinatawad yung isa't isa and there was a closure. And now sabi niya makaka-move on na. Sana may mga cases na sana gano'n lahat, okay, gano'n yung mga situation. But there are cases where we really have to live in the fact na hindi lahat kasi may closure. So, well, that's the topic nitong reading na 'to ngayon. Okay, I will start with the underlying energy. The Three of Swords is the pain, the heartache. The Two of Swords is about not knowing what to do, the indecision or the fear of making a decision, and that yung hindi ka maka-move forward eh. You cannot move forward because you don't know whether to stay in the past or proceed sa future, and that lasting or yung lingering um feeling of abandonment, of being left out in the cold, okay? Of being para kang ano, naiwan na hindi mo alam yung totoong dahilan because your eyes are blindfolded, or maybe you know but you're not really accepting that sa sarili mo. That's why the abandonment, the feeling of lack, the feeling of being left out is lingering. Okay, with a broken heart. Here sa ating clarifier card is the King of Swords. So this is about making a decision, a mind over heart decision. The Hanged Man is about walking away from, seeing the situation from another light, so we can finally have our closure. Finally have, we can finally turn our back into these things that doesn't serve us anymore, into these cups that doesn't serve us anymore, and find our reason for being, our purpose in life. Okay, now in the oracle cards, somebody here has decided that it's time to go. Guys, this is not only about romantic relationships, ha. This could be about any type of situation that involves our need for closure. Sa magulang, sa pamilya, sa mga kaibigan. Well, somebody here decided na it's time to go. Hindi na kaya. Okay? Or natuto na ako ng lessons ko. I cannot tolerate this situation anymore. To be fair, in the reverse is about the acceptance na hindi lahat ng yung injustice is a part of our lives. Hindi lahat ng kabutihan ay susuklian ng kabutihan. Hindi lahat ng kasamaan ay susuklian din ng kasamaan. There will always be injustice in this world. And the acceptance that it does exist and we learn from that. We know when to go, when we realize that this is something na kailangan na nating iwanan is a wisdom in itself. When I was having my Pranic workshop, when I was working on my healing certification sa Pranic Institute of the Philippines, my teacher asked us kung, not ask us, but she had this story. She told this story about something that happened in her life, and her guru asked her, didn't at one point in your life hindi mo ba ginawa yung unfairness sa iba? Nothing is undeserved. Okay, so sometimes, well, most of the times, we feel like we don't deserve what is happening to us, and we may be right, but kung babalikan natin yung mga past situations, and we will be, you know, truly honest with ourselves. There are times also na tayo naman yung naging unfair sa iba. Okay, inuna natin yung sarili natin, we self-indulge, or, and it's human nature eh. It's human nature to be, to want happiness for ourselves. But yun nga, merong something that isn't fair that happened, and with acceptance that, yeah, I learned my lessons from here, and now it's time to go. Pero wala pa rin yung closure. Wala pa rin. Unfinished symphony is about needing an ending, or needing to mend the situation. Not necessarily to get back to that person, although that is also possible. But this is just having that closure para mawala na yung blockage. Yung the feeling of lack in our lives. Yung heartache. Kawalan ng direction. Kung saan tayo pupunta. This is the unfinished symphony is the need to finish the symphony. Okay. I feel the situation is with the temperance here, the situation is about healing. The situation is about bringing things to balance. Being in that place where you are in harmony with yourself and with your surroundings. Clarified by the Page of Swords, I feel there's ano yun, blame game na nangyari. You have been accused of something by this Page of Swords in the reverse. You have been accused of something that you didn't do, or you accused somebody of something they didn't do. Or just kahit na yung suspetsa lang eh. Yung pinagsuspetsahan mo ang isang tao of something, because the Page of Swords is a data gatherer. Nagda-gather to ng data. This is the spy card. In the reverse, the Page of Swords believed that lahat ng data na nag-gather niya is the truth. And it's not. It's may lack of clarity dito. So with the temperance, there's a need to heal from this page of swords in the reverse. Malicious kasi yung energy ng page of swords in the reverse. But then the blockage is your need to win over the situation. Parang gusto mong patunayan sa mundo na ikaw yung tama. Okay, ikaw yung tama. Ikaw yung nasaktan. You want to be recognized for your truth. With the Queen of Swords here because ay yun nga yung pakiramdam na you have been cut off without a fair reason. Parang basta ka na lang inano, itinapon. And here you want to regain that ego back. You want to be recognized for the unfairness that has been done to you. But that is in the blockage. Now ito, the Ace of Swords with the Knight of Swords. You are being asked to get back to that situation. Okay, the Knight of Swords is facing the past. And you are being asked to reflect this reflection with the light coming from her head, her mind space, on the things that you also said that caused this Queen of Swords to, you know, cut you out or leave you or parang throw you out in the cold. And you might find some things that you did or some words that you say na right right at that moment, hindi mo naman kasi talaga siya, you don't mean them. You are just being overwhelmed by your need to express your anger, your kasi the Knight of Swords is medyo clumsy yung energy niya eh. Medyo careless yung energy. As long as as he can express I'm sorry. As long as he can express his thoughts, it doesn't matter how he deliver that. Kahit walang facts, kahit walang uh, you know, matibay na ebidensya na magbaback up sa information niya. You are being asked, sino tong si Knight of Swords? Is it you? Or is it the person that you are dealing? The situation that you are dealing? And from that, of course, this is both the energies eh. Hindi pwede kasing sa isang relasyon, hindi pwedeng isa lang ang tama. Okay. It takes two to tango or kahit sa isang grupo. Magkakaiba kasi kayo ng opinion. Magkakaiba tayo ng opinion sa buhay. Ang nangyari lang, we try to push it to each other. Yung expectations natin, we try to push it with each other. Yung thoughts natin. I am right. I am right. Walang gustong umamin ng pagkakamali. But here you are being asked to reflect on the conversation that happened. the situation that happened that caused the separation or the abandonment. Because from that reflection, that is where you will gain your clarity. Okay, that is where you will gain yung sarili mong accountability sa situation that will, the truth will enable you to forgive not only yourself but also those people na nakagawa ng mali sa'yo. Maybe you triggered them or maybe they triggered you. That's why there's a cutting off na nangyari. There's a falling apart na nangyari. This reflection will cast a new light to the situation and will lead you out of this energy of where would I go? Babalikan ko ba o mag-move on na ako? Okay? Or, you know, na-paralyze ka sa present because of the pain. You have been paralyzed because of that pain and abandonment. But this clarity will enable you to go. Acceptance of what was and being accountable for your own actions. So here, with the Page of Pentacles and the King of Cups, I feel you will receive a message of, the King of Cups is mastery of his emotions. He knows when to express his emotions in a very calm manner, the Temperance. He knows when to use his emotions in a fair manner, the Temperance again. In a healing manner, the Temperance again. And that is when you're going to get this Page of Pentacles. The offer or the seed that you can use in moving forward. Para maiwan mo tong mga bagay, emosyon, galit na hindi mo naman kailangan na sa buhay mo. It's not doing you anything good and you don't have to take them with you. Ang daling sabihin, mahirap gawin. With the unfinished symphony, ang hirap talagang mag-move on pag wala kang closure sa isang bagay. But the thing is, if you can get that from your parents, your friends, your partner, whoever it is that you needed closure from, you do that to yourself. You owe that to yourself. If you can still mend it, if you can still talk about it, like nangyari sa client ko that they talked about it, nagkapatawaran sila, and they go on separate ways, that's good, right? But it's not the case eh. Hindi yun ang palaging case. Life is not always fair. Kapart ng buhay ang injustice. So, what are we going to do? Are we just going to stay in the middle of this symphony forever? Of course not. Work on that closure. Give that closure to yourself. Write what you want to say to this person. Burn it and send it to the universe. It's not, I'm not saying that it can be done in a day, but to express the things that you want to say, your pain, or even if you want to ask for forgiveness and the other person is not talking to you or not willing to mend the situation between closure for yourself. This is forgiveness of yourself first and foremost. Forgiveness for being rude, for being uh, malicious, for making the wrong decisions, okay, for cutting them off, or forgiveness for being stupid, for allowing these people to take advantage of you. It doesn't matter anymore kung sino ang mali. Work on forgiving yourself and forgiving them. That is the temperance energy eh. Finding the balance. May lesson na binigay sa'yo yung situation. It has pushed you to quit. It has pushed you to turn your back. The Eight of Cups. And in your journey towards the future, the lessons are the only thing that you should bring. Not the pain, not the hurt, not the anger that something uh, not fair or may injustice na nangyari, but only the understanding of why it happened and what it taught you for you to be able to finish the symphony, for you to be able to get your own closure. Because believe me, if this happens to you and you moved away from the situation or you give that closure to yourself, things will begin. This page of pentacles, good things will begin happening. Magsisimula, okay, yung bagong buhay. May seed ka na pwede mong cultivate for that new life. I have this person in my life that when I left or when we separated, sobrang galit ko talaga. And I asked that person, um, why? Um, Parang why do you do things, the things that you did? Because I can't really see the reason eh. Yung pakiramdam ko eh, I did my best or I gave my all. And the person told me, hindi naman ako katulad mo na mapagtanim. Hindi ko masasabi kung parang um, hindi raw niya masabi sa akin yung reason ng mga panloloko, you know. And sabi ko, tingnan mo, wala kang maibigay kahit isa. Madami akong sasabihin, ililista ko muna. Sabi ko, sige, antayin ko. 2 years after, wala pa rin yung listahan. And I began, that was the time that I decided to work on my own closure, forgiving myself and forgiving them. Hindi madali, pero it is doable. And eventually, I had this, I am here, a new life, a new beginning. Ang layo ng buhay ko ngayon sa buhay ko noon. There is this power. Yun, ilang beses na itong lumabas ng mga readings. The power of accepting what is, forgiving what was, and working on what will be. Okay? I guess that's it. Tayo na magbigay ng closure kung hindi nila ibibigay sa atin. Maraming salamat.